People. People.
What's good? New group chat convos episode 35. You tuned in with the greatest podcast in the world. We got very special guests here with us today, Carter Beck.
Yep.
We got Tyler here with us. We got Eli here with us, man. And we back at it with another one. You know?
Man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Please.
Don't forget about that. Helps us out a lot tremendously.
Definitely.
What is it? Like I said, got Carter here. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Feel good to be back in the States?
Yeah, it does. Good. Very much so, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that a lot more in your journey and all that. But breaking news, I woke up to this from a text from Tyler, actually. Did y'all see rapper Takeoff passed away early this morning?
It was on some unfortunate news, man.
Yeah, crazy, man. Very crazy.
Did you happen to see that?
Yeah, I did.
Did you listen to him?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not the kind of guy to just, like, get in the car, take off. But, I mean, like, the songs come on. Yeah, I'm vibing to them,
Yeah.
But, I mean, it sucks just to see another rapper go,
Yeah.
And just any of them.
Mm-hmm.
At 28 years old, too.
Yeah. It sucks, man.
Especially for, the type of guy that Takeoff was, like, we don't know him personally, but even from what we've seen on camera, really chill, real, laid back vibes, not really somebody who, you never really heard him being into beef with other artists or, anything like that. Even when someone like Quavo or, Offset is beefing with someone, you really were never like, you weren't hearing anything from him,
Yeah, one of the things that me and Tyler talked about off camera was, we've been listening to this cat since we were like 10, 11 years old, middle school. And one thing that caught me so off guard was seeing he died at 28.
Yes.
It's like I've been listening to him since I was like 10, 11 years old. Like I just said, like that was mind blowing to me.
Exactly.
So young.
Fast forward 10 years, man. Doesn't seem like long for us, but for him, his life has ended.
Yeah.
Did y'all actually happen to see like how it went down or that story or such?
I heard and I saw a text, the Wave Room TV on Instagram or something. They were saying that Quavo and Takeoff were playing a dice game and Quavo was losing and he got upset about it. And, Quavo's man, whoever had a pistol, let off shots.
Shooting it.
Yeah, and then one struck Takeoff either in the head or the spine, the upper spine. And that was the end of it, really. So it was friendly fire, but it ultimately took somebody's life, took Takeoff's life over pettiness.
Yeah.
Pettiness. What's interesting to me is I think I wonder I know Offset has to be sick.
Oh,
because obviously they were a group, they were brothers for so long, and they're not even talking right now. I highly doubt they have been talking for a minute. And now his brother just passed away. I can only imagine what he's going through. Didn't get to say any last words.
Yeah.
He didn't go out on a high note. He has to sit with those feelings for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's facts. That's why you always kind of, you want to end things, like not even end things, but you never want to be like just holding a grudge or just being, like on bad terms with people because you never know,
Never know, man.
Especially somebody who, you're going to consider your brother, somebody that, like you grew up with, you've been through, the ups, the downs with, like, regardless of what's going on, you always got to go back to those roots and, try to make things, best as possible because now in a blink of an eye, he's gone. Like you said, no last words. There's, nothing he can do.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say before we move on to the next subject is, shout out to Shane's Rib Shack. This will be the only time they ever get shouted out. But, me and Emilio worked there. And my claim to fame in high school was Takeoff's verse. Y'all can all go listen to it. You can read the lyrics. He clearly says, Bando Shane's Rib Shack. So that was my claim to fame for 5 years. You
Oh,
know,
God.
he shouted out the Rib Shack. You know, he was clearly talking about the workers in there like me, myself. So,
Yeah, oh, God.
yeah, so, you know, he knows what's up. He knew what's up. R.I.P. Takeoff, though,
Yeah,
man.
R.I.P.
Such a sad, unfortunate series of events. But, you know, hopefully everyone can learn from it and take something away from it and just, you know, everyone moves forward.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we got like I said, special guest, Carter Beck.
Carter
here.
Beck.
Yes, sir.
Professional soccer player. Before we get into anything, I like to read some stats in high school.
Oh, brother.
You know, I couldn't find the senior year. That was probably because you said, you know, went through COVID year,
Yeah.
right? But in 3 years, 68 games played, 203 points, 88 goals, 143 shots, 27 assists, and 1.3 goals per match. And I mean, Carter, I'm not much of a soccer fan, but that's damn
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
know that.
It was all right. I definitely could have done more, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
So, yeah, man, get into it. We'd love to hear about your journey, just how it went from, because like we said, you play professionally. You can name where it's at and everything, but you go ahead and tell us your journey and everything about that.
So, I guess we'll start right after high school, obviously.
Okay.
I told you guys earlier.
Yeah.
I went to college at Johnson & Wales in Charlotte, and, you know, preseason's going, and then all of a sudden COVID hits again,
Yeah.
another big wave. And they canceled our season, and then our coach they decided to leave, and, you know, program's just done.
That's crazy.
That's
So
crazy.
I left, and my parents had told me, they were like, all right, you have a year to go pro. And this was not this past January, but the January before that, so 2 years ago.
Not to cut you off, but like a year to go pro, then it's like it's time to go back to school or something?
Back to school or work full time.
Okay.
Just something. And so, yeah, time went on. Went to a combine in June, and then that's where I met the agency I went through, PSC, and they liked what they saw. They sent me on a showcase tour to Finland and Sweden, and then that's where I met the coach that signed me. And then it was like right before a year hit, I got a text from one of the coaches at the agency. They're like, "Yeah, B71's gonna send an offer today."
Wow.
And then it was like a pure moment of like joy.
Oh,
yeah.
Like I told my mom, like, I did it.
Yeah.
And she looked at me, she was like, did what? I was like, what do you mean did what? And it was definitely a surreal feeling, and I feel like it still hasn't fully settled in, even though I've already played for a year.
Yeah.
Like it's just something like you dream of as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
So have you been playing soccer since you were young?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you started young, and you're pursuing that pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And believe it or not, the very first season I played as a little kid, I sat out and cried the whole season.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't like it.
Were you?
No, I didn't like it.
Oh, I thought you were pissed because you weren't playing or something.
No, but then my mom convinced me to play the last game that season, and apparently she said I scored like 5 goals.
Oh my
Dang.
God.
And all the parents were just like, "Where did this kid come from? Like,
Yeah.
where has he been?"
So you were really like a natural, almost. It sounds like,
Yeah, I guess.
or you had a
Yeah.
knack for it more so than
Yeah.
others around you.
Yeah, I love the grind, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure y'all can relate. I love the grind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like all that work just you put in over time. You don't know when it's gonna count, but it's gonna
Yeah.
count at some point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
and it
you know?
does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you said it was about January when you got that you have a year from your parents, and then before that year even fully hit, like you said, you did it.
Mhm.
And that's just one of those things, like, I feel like the time span from January to like June, July-ish, that's like when you reflect back, how do you look at it when you reflect back on it now? Or since you took the offer, got the contract and everything, just like that time period, those 5, 6, 7 months or so, like, does it hold a special moment to you?
Yeah, and it does. And I think like I can look back on that and figure out who I really am. Like I know I can stay disciplined, and I know I can stay consistent.
Yeah.
And then those are two major things you need in life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Go ahead.
those moments, those months, they definitely hold like a special place in my heart. And I think
Okay.
about it, and like sometimes I'll tear up, honestly, just
Yeah,
thinking
for
about
real.
it.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Like,
that's,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's
because
crazy.
Yeah. It's almost like surreal.
Yeah.
yep.
So like you said, that moment is so emotional for you and such, as it should be, because you worked your ass off for it. But was there like maybe a point in high school or maybe even middle school where you're like, I want to do this professionally for the rest of my life? Is there like a moment you can go to or anything specifically, or it's just like sort of just happened?
Well, I had always wanted to go pro in soccer.
Yeah.
And I think there was one moment, and it was at a younger age whenever it happened. I had a teacher call on me in class, and she asked me what I wanted to be whenever I grew up.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I said, I wanted to be a professional soccer player. And she laughed and told me I had a better chance of being struck by lightning.
What the fuck?
Well, fuck her.
Crazy.
She sees where you're at.
Where'd you go to elementary school at?
This was in middle school.
Oh, middle school. Where'd you go to middle school?
I went to Mount Holly Middle.
Yeah. Fuck that teacher at Holly Middle School, whoever
Yeah,
it
literally.
was.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I feel like there's not a lot of teachers in Gastonia or Charlotte, North Carolina area that really want to see like the kids succeed coming from here. You know, like
Feels like.
you know,
Unless their husbands are like wealthy. And
Yeah.
they're just doing it for fun.
yeah, exactly. Unless they're teaching as like a part time or just because they have nothing else to do and they're already took care of. Like, bro, the teachers didn't give a fuck about any of the kids, and
They just want to push them through.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what did that do to you though? Because I'm sure that lit a fire in you.
I mean, obviously, like as soon as she said it, I looked around and I was like, everybody's laughing at me. Like,
Yeah.
what's this about? Like, this don't feel right.
Yeah.
And so I went home and I told my mom, and she was like, okay, well, what are you gonna do about it? And it was just
Facts.
from that day forward, it was just
crying.
yeah,
Television.
yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Literally. Yeah.
So talking about, sorry, Eli.
Go ahead.
But talking about going overseas, can you talk a little bit about like where you were and how that was?
Yeah. So if you're looking at the map and you look at Denmark and you zoom in a lot, and there you'll find these little islands just like away from Denmark.
Yeah.
And that's where I was. It's called the Faroe Islands.
Yeah.
Faroe
Okay.
Islands.
The Faroe
'cause
Islands.
Like
Faroe
we said
Islands.
off camera, we were trying to look it up. We were like, what is it? Sunnar or something? That's what kept popping up.
Dude, I don't even know.
But yeah.
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
bro. Like, you know, we were just kind of like doing our research and everything. You know, just preparing for the podcast, and like, I'm trying to figure out, you know, where you're playing. So I just put the soccer team, you know, the name of it in. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is this? like, bro, all I seen was I seen some little islands, and then like I zoomed out some, and then I see it's like where it's kind of in between. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know what this is, but
That's so like, dude, that's so cool. Like, who do you know that has played on an island for one?
yeah,
And then, you know, who's played in Denmark. So it's like, that's dope to me.
Yeah.
Super cool.
How was that? Just I'm sure we spoke a little bit about it off camera, but just that culture shock of leaving the States. You're very young. You're 20 years old. Just literally being out there alone, because essentially you were. So how was that, like, mentally and just adjusting to
And
that?
how'd your parents take that?
I feel like my parents were definitely sad to see me go.
yeah,
Because, you know, just leaving.
yeah.
And being over there, it was definitely hard mentally. But I stayed with two guys that were from America, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
One was from Cali and one was from Vegas.
Mm.
They were
Dope.
both 24, 25. So they were both older than I was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, being over there, it's a completely different world. Like, COVID's not a thing over there. Like, you get sick, you'll be fine. Go outside.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of farm, like lots of sheep, not many red lights.
That's crazy.
It's just like an open world, basically.
Yeah. A lot of land.
lot of farmland.
Yeah.
Super cool.
But whenever they call it football over there. Whenever there's a football game, you know everybody's gonna be. They're all gonna be there.
Yeah. Was that unique too? Seeing obviously, because soccer isn't pushed as much in the States, being overseas, being like the football here that we know, you know, American football. Was it unique seeing that overseas? Just how how hard they go for it,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, it was, because it was like anywhere you like turn a corner and there's some kids have made a goal with like trash cans or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like kids are playing everywhere, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Was there a language barrier?
Oh, majorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you adjust to the language barrier, and like, did it like Like, what was an instance where you were like, damn, I wish I knew Dutch? Is it Dutch over there?
It's called Faroese.
Oh,
Faroese.
Faroese.
Oh, my
yes.
God.
Dude, that is the hardest language to speak.
Oh, my God.
Can
Much
you drop
less
a sentence for us?
No.
No.
Oh, my God.
Is it
It's hard, man.
Faroese.
what is it kind of like? Does it sound like any kind of like big languages? You know,
I
like,
personally think it sounds like German.
like
Okay,
German.
like
Okay.
German.
Okay.
Damn, Faroese.
Faroese.
How was the food over there?
I mean, it was like basic necessities food, like farm food.
Okay.
Oh,
So it was
Okay.
like lamb, chicken,
Eggs.
yeah, eggs, like chicken
Milk.
everywhere. Yeah, just like essential stuff.
Yeah.
there's no like fast food places or
There was a Burger King.
Burger
that
King?
was it.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
wow.
Shout out Burger King.
Burger King
Burger
and
King.
their parents. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about Paris a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was fun.
So you
It was
went to
fun.
Paris after you were playing at the Faroe
It
Islands?
was we went at the beginning of July, end of June.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we went to. It was me, my roommate, and my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
But we went to Disneyland in Paris.
Oh my
that,
God.
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool. And basically we just went like sightseeing and stuff the rest of the days. We were there for about 4 days.
Wow.
Okay.
And we came back on July 4th, so we got to see like fireworks as we're like flying in
Oh
the
my
plane and
God.
stuff.
Oh,
It was
what a treat.
sweet. It was sweet.
What a
Yeah.
treat.
So you said you're a free agent now, weighing your options. Would you want to go back overseas, or are you trying to find a place in the States to play permanently?
I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind going back overseas. I mean, I liked it out there. At first, whenever I got there, I was like, I don't really know if I like this.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, it's like it's very calm. It's laid back.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's just not a lot of like stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm like a very laid back person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't be against going back. That's for sure.
That's
But I would love to play in the States as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, with playing, did you travel to like other countries or other like how did that really work as far as like playing over there?
So we would play teams around on like other islands.
Okay,
So we would just
Wow.
travel from like island to island. Yeah.
Island hopping.
Island
Yeah.
hopping.
Yeah, island hopping. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's dope. What's probably one of the hardest things you went through on trying to achieve this goal of becoming a professional soccer player that, you know, like you touched on a little bit earlier, discipline and consistency were major roles in getting there. But what would you probably share with someone trying to strive for this themselves, younger or something?
Honestly, you have to discipline yourself, because I mean, there's gonna be days where you get up and you don't want to do anything,
Absolutely.
or like days where it's raining and you just want to sit inside and like lay around. Trust me,
Yeah.
I want to do that too.
Yeah.
But I know if I do that, there's somebody out there getting better than I am.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
And
100% true.
yeah. Like if I get out there and I do the best that I can every day, say for 3 months, somebody else might be doing the same thing for 3 months, but they're taking 2 days off a week.
Yeah.
You're 2 days a week better than them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah, that's
100% facts.
That's
Yeah.
how you gotta think, man.
Yeah.
Still kind of on the topic about soccer. I know that Charlotte FC Club,
Mm-hmm.
they just started last year, the year before.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to maybe check out one of their games?
No, but I would love to. I was hoping they would make playoffs so I could go watch a game
Yeah.
whenever I got home.
Yeah.
But they missed out on playoffs just barely.
Damn.
But I don't know when the season starts up again, but I'm hoping I'll be able to catch a game before I
Yeah.
leave.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
I'd love to go to one of their games.
they do a lot more for Charlotte than the fucking Panthers do. The Panthers suck.
And the Knights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Charlotte Knights suck. The Panthers are fucking garbage.
Hey, the Hornets beat the Warriors the other night.
Yeah,
saw
shout
that.
out the
Yeah.
Hornets.
And then lost to the Kings.
Yeah, like,
Right?
that's crazy.
Yeah. But did y'all happen to see this was it's probably been a week now, but Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
It's been more than a month since he's bought Twitter.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's-
longer.
Dude, he bought Twitter like, I think like 2 months ago?
He bought it a while ago, but there was the whole like contract negotiation.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
and-
it contract just went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been what I saw.
yeah, like he finally became like it's under his control, and you know it's funny you brought that up because like I saw a poster. I just saw something about like literally the very next day that Elon became.
I think you're about to say what I was gonna say.
Yeah, literally the very next day Elon became like, you know, CEO, you know, owner of Twitter. Like all censorship gone.
Oh
like,
my god,
bro, people are making tweets dropping N bombs, max character limit, straight N bombs. That's all they're saying, bro.
Bro, actually, I saw a stat. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. But after, like you said, 24 hours after he gained full ownership or whatever, the use of the N word went up 500%.
what the fuck,
bro? Like that's fucking crazy. Like,
fucked up.
I ain't gonna lie. Personally, I think it's pretty funny, but it's just like, you know, it's my standing with that though. Like in like a more serious tone is that, you know, people would be like, oh, Elon is like, you know, this isn't something he needs to be doing. You know, the censorship still needs to be the same and everything like that. But it's like, bro, like I don't really think like there does need to be censorship on social medias, but like, bro, it just doesn't need to be to the point where like you can't post, you know, you can't really like there's you have to be very selective with your words.
Like true free speech, huh?
Yeah, like
true First Amendment,
yeah,
right?
And especially with content creating, because if you look at like a lot of content creators now, like, you know, you have to walk on eggshells. You know what I mean? Like you have to be very careful with what you do, what you post, things like that.
And
because
YouTube's 3-strike rule.
Yeah, and once that hits, it's raps.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I feel like on social media, at least recently, just seeing like Kanye, not saying whether stuff he said was good or bad, but you know they will take your freedom of speech away.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in that position or if they don't like it or whatnot.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that video or that clip of Kanye talking? I think it was TMZ about he was like, I don't want to say their religion or whatever, but certain people are like targeting me and like they had somebody get on me, and then he was like, they're Jewish.
I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
And he was trying.
He like screams it out.
Yeah, he was trying so hard not to say it because he got in trouble for it. And then he was like, they're Jewish. I was like, Kanye could not hold his tongue, but that's true to Kanye, right?
Yeah, I mean,
bro, the funniest thing I saw, he was on literally on live television with a news anchor, and the dude started talking over him, and Kanye la 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 la.
like, bro, like what the fuck? Kanye is funny. He's underrated. He's underrated as far as his humor. Something that's kind of related to that the Jewish stuff. I don't know if you guys saw, but literally there was like 4 people who bought courtside tickets at the Nets game. And they were, I'm gonna assume they were Jews. They were Jewish or whatever. And like, they posted a picture because Kyrie was standing in front of them, and then it's like them 4 on the court side.
It was like
there.
7 or 8.
Yeah, it was a good amount, and they had like the anti-Semitic, you know, shirts, whatever with whatever else said it. And then you see Kyrie, and he's not paying them any attention at all. Like,
yeah, Brooklyn's like whenever I was staying in Brooklyn, in New York, it's like Jewish city,
bro. I'm gonna let
traditional. Traditional.
I'm gonna let y'all know this. So my hometown from where I was born at in New Jersey, Lakewood, bro, like my parents grew up there, you know, and that's pretty much like, you know, where they grew up there, and you know, and eventually, you know, I was born there, my brother was born there, and when they grew up there, it was pretty normal, you know. It was like a, you know, mixed population, had some white, had some, you know, Hispanics, blacks, had some Jews in there. Bro, every year, I go to Jersey every year, right? And usually every year when we go to Jersey, we'll, you know, just drive through, you know, Lakewood because, you know, it's our hometown. And, bro, it's nothing but Jews. Like when you're saying Jew City, like, I know exactly what you mean. Like, bro, that's like coming into this apartment complex and it's only Jews that live here. Yeah. Like, bro, walking down a street, damn. Every corner there's a little.
I kind of love that, man. Like,
yeah, like what's crazy is it's dope to see, like, because especially around here you don't really see communities like that, you know. But over there, like that entire town is a community of, you know, of Jews.
Yeah,
and it's crazy the way that, you know, like they stick together. I think that's one of the reasons why Kanye is getting hit so hard, because you know, you mess with a community that really sticks together, then you're gonna be fucked. That's a strong, you know, power to have.
Well, the way I see it is like Adolf Hitler was trying to fucking erase the Jewish population, and now they're thriving. So like that's what I respect.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally almost went extinct as a religion, as a race, and it's like now they're thriving in populations of cities. It's like I respect that, you know, and they stuck together through the hardest times, and they'll stick together through the best times. And
yeah,
a lot of Americans should take from that, you know.
Yeah,
shout out
to Jews.
Shout out to Jewish religion,
for real.
Jewish culture.
What is it? Have y'all heard about like the Denver airport being like cursed pretty much,
Oh
or
my
like
God.
or like the meetings for the Illuminati?
So I've heard whenever I was in Colorado, I was talking to my Uber driver, and he pointed to this humongous, I don't know how big it is. It's this humongous bull statue. And apparently whenever the Denver airport was built, the bull fell on the artist and killed him. So it's like, that's like starting off. And that it's like the bull that you see coming into the Denver airport. So that
and
right
it
there.
has red eyes.
Yeah.
Like bright red eyes.
Yeah.
It's just, I've heard stories like conspiracy theories, like that's where the Illuminati meets. Like there's this, because I think this is true. There's secret tunnels under it. Like there's a whole like thing under it that no one has access to.
Yeah.
And the way it's shaped, the Denver airport, Denver International Airport, it's like a spider. You know, it has it's like one main hive, and then it's like
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of paintings that are just like representing like evil shit, like you know, like,
yeah, because y'all been there.
Yeah, bro, like the Denver airport is it's insanely huge.
Yeah,
and
for
it's
no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. Not that many people like Colorado and you know Denver is you know it's a very nice city, you know, in that whole area. Colorado's a nice state, but bro,
the airport's ridiculous.
Yeah,
huge.
why is the airport in Denver like the biggest fucking airport in the United States?
I kid you not, I think they were using like maybe 25% of the airport whenever I was there. They had like the other like 75% just shut down. Yeah,
like that airport is so big that like it just has like places that like you know nobody's you know is going through there, you know, like
at all.
Like I walked out of the airport and I just walked out to some giant green lawn that was like had a restaurant up there. Like it was really nice. But I'm just like, this is just like
over the top.
Yeah, and this is a very minuscule part of the airport. Like this is for like all the tourists. Like imagine all the shit they have going on in the parts where nobody's going to.
Or for the people who are like the corporation or the conglomerate for the Denver International Airport. The people who own it. The people who have executive meetings there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely where the Illuminati meets. It's definitely where the Illuminati meets. Well, but before we wrap all this up, what is it, Carter? We got to get some of your things that we ask every athlete. So what's some of your best highlights, best moments, best games that come to mind? Anything
or your favorite moments?
Yeah, what favorite? Because I'm sure you got a bag full.
There was one time in high school. It was my senior year. We were playing against RS Central, and I had just taken a free kick from half field, and it just bounced off the defender, and it was coming back at me. And I was probably 40, 45 yards away from the goal.
Yeah.
So the ball is bouncing to me, and one of my friends is standing beside me, and I'm like, yo, like, should I volley this? And I'm like, as it's bouncing towards me, I'm just having a conversation with him. Yeah. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. And so I hit it, and I knew as soon as I hit it, it was going to be a good one. And I just saw it. Whew,
gosh.
It hit the crossbar, unfortunately.
Oh.
But if it would have went in, that would have been probably my favorite goal of all time.
Yeah.
It was just it was so funny. Like that's the one play I remember so vividly.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I was playing club ball, I think this was like my junior year, we had a tournament in Atlanta, and I think we ended up winning the tournament. But I had scored 2 bicycle kicks in that tournament.
Holy shit.
Bicycle
in one game?
No, it was 2 different games.
2 different games.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Were you just practicing like your bicycle kicks for that?
Nah, it was honestly just like instinct.
Oh my god.
Because like the first one, the ball hit off my head and it went up, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And I did it, and I was looking up at the sky, and I just hear everybody screaming. I'm like, oh shit, it went in.
Oh my god,
That's crazy.
That's dope.
And then the second one, this was like the next game because we played like 2 games in the same day.
Yeah.
So this was the next game that day. My teammate had tried to bicycle kick it, and whenever he did, he kicked it and it like went down to my chest. So I chested the ball up, and I just did it again. and everybody started screaming, and I was like, oh, let's go to another one. Everybody's like going crazy, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I did that.
That's dope as fuck.
That sounds like some FIFA shit for real. That's crazy.
That's why I love asking athletes when we come on here that question, because like yourself, obviously you're a professional soccer player. We had Keith on here a couple of weeks ago. It's like they talk about this stuff, but to them it's just instincts. Like he said, he just did it, you know, without thinking. That's so dope, you know.
But it's your boy Ty2 Sly. It's been amazing with you guys. Carter, it's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah, very glad we were able to get you on here.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for having me. I've really enjoyed it. I like what you guys are doing here, and I want everybody at home to do me a favor and hit the subscribe button for these guys.
Thank you, please.
Yeah, man,
please. Shout out Iwazo, shout out Stony Mountain, shout out DBP boys. Thank you guys for all the love we've been getting. All the support. Every follow, even down to the view, really means a lot. Tuned in with the greatest podcast in the world, and we out.